So we're going to work with one of my favourite themes today that you'll be very familiar with, the theme of the space that surrounds us. The idea that we have this very free and open and vast space. And the particular thought that I'd like to stay with is that whatever space we can be aware of, we can increase. So we can do more with it. We can become aware that there is space, but we can bring that space from outside into ourselves, and we can bring that space back out into life again. So whatever we start with, we make something more of it. That's the theme I'd like to begin with. So we'll start with an exercise where we feel the sides of the body expanding. And this expansion of the sides comes through an awareness of space. So we can do it by stepping onto one foot, taking the arm gently up. The important thing when you do this exercise is not to force, but rather to begin by being aware of the open space around you. Be aware of the breath as well. We're going to do this movement a few times, building it up gradually. Step onto the other foot, take the arm gently up, and start by becoming aware that you have air around you in the room. And that air is flowing into your lungs. Change sides again. Looking out into the room. Feeling the rib cage opening, feeling the expansion of the breath. Change sides again. So gradually these movements, every time you change, gradually the movements will naturally start to expand. We start with an awareness of the outside, an awareness of the side of the body. And as the breath expands, so too the body stretches more. Change sides again. So you don't need to necessarily look up at the hand, because that can sometimes strain the neck a little bit, but rather you can look all around you in a very natural way. Out of the window, if you're able to see out of the window, anywhere. Free, full breath, and feel that expansion. Your arm is kind of propelled upwards towards your ear. Change sides again. With each movement, allowing that expansion to increase. We start with the first sense of expansiveness, and through the way that we do the exercises, we increase what is already there. We increase the breath, we increase the stretch, and we increase the awareness that we are surrounded by space. One more time on the other side. And come back down again. And just roll down and hang forwards. Now we're turning our back to the space. We're looking inwards. And we can let a natural stillness come more into our breathing now. A gentleness. It would be less expansive. And flow once again right back up into the standing half moon, and we come back into that openness. We look around us. We now feel both sides stretching and expanding without forcing, but noticing how they can respond to this sense of space around us. And the breath too expands more and more as we grow upwards and open. and take the hands down. So come to the front of your mat for the sun prayer. Take the hands together. Take the arms up into that open space from the solar plexus. Feel the rib cage expanding and the sides. Take the hands down and look in. Take the right foot back. Come up into the half moon, letting the rib cage expand. Come into the plank. Firm straight line. Take the knees, chest and face down. Slide along the ground. Open into the cobra. Come into downward dog. Right foot forward. Come up into the half moon. Left foot forward. Come right the way up and grow. And take the hands down. Hands together. Take the arms right up and grow. Come into the forward bend. Left foot back. Open right up. Come into the plank. Knees, chest and face down. Cobra. Downward dog. Left foot forward. Half moon. Right foot forward. Right the way up and grow. And come back down again. So our theme today is that the space that we can become aware of, we can increase more through the way that we become aware of it and through the way we then bring it into our movements. We're increasing what is already potentially there, what is already available to us. So let's take this idea into the sun prayer that we're going to increase these stretches, not through forcing our way, because we'll tend to create blocks doing that, but through an awareness that there is a potential for increase. Hands together. Take the arms upwards, so we have a potential for more increase if we become aware of it. We can stream up further. Take the hands down and then look out. So we have a potential for more length. You can take the hands right out in front of you this time. We have a potential for more lengthening. Then look in. Take the right foot back. Come into the half moon. Let's stay with this idea. There is a potential for more length, more growth. You can drop more with the hips and lengthen up more through the spine. Come into the plank. Knees, chest and face down. Slide along the ground and open up into the cobra. And again, just think there's a potential to curl up further. Come into downward dog. And again, the potential for more length now. Your bottom can come up higher. Take the right foot forward. Come into the base. Keep a good low base so that out of that you can make the best use of this potential to grow up through your spine and open. Coming to the forward bend. Get right in, and then from that position swing right the way up. And then think of this idea that there's potential for more growth and opening. Take the hands down. Once again on the other side, hands together. Keeping the breath really free, because with free, light, open breath, there is space for that potential to expand. Take the hands down and we'll come forwards, once again, streaming outwards. Stay with it a little bit longer so we can make more of that potential, allow more stretching to come in. Free breath, looking ahead. Now look right in, take the hands next to your feet. Take the left foot back, forming a good base, really growing actively into the legs so you've got a good stable base for the position. And then out of that, more potential to really grow and expand. Then come into the plank, firm straight line. Knees, chest and face down. Slide along the ground and come up into the cobra. Pause again, be aware of the breath. Be aware that you're anchored on the ground with your pelvis. And now the potential is to open up further. And then push into downward dog. Again, give it a little pause. Potential for growth. Left foot forward. Form a good base by really growing into both your legs. Streaming upwards. And then the other foot forward. Come right the way up. Firm feet. Sides lengthening. Grow up a little bit more. And take the hands down. Okay, so that was a very slow, thorough round. Let's do a fast round now, just for the purpose of bringing more lightness. Lightness is a really important quality to bring into our movements as well. Once again, if we start with a certain amount of lightness, let's stay with the idea that what we start with can increase more through the practice. Let's just do, to begin with, a light movement like this, very free. So we bring in the idea of something that is light and effortless and natural. One more time, a free, light movement. Okay, so now we're going to do the whole sun prayer around on each side with that similar kind of lightness and almost a joyfulness, not too sloppy, but with a light naturalness. Take the arms up and then come forwards and look in. Right foot back and come up with a lightness. Come into the plank. Knees, chest and face down. Come into the cobra. And then into downward dog. Right foot forward. So come up in a lightness. And left foot forward. Breath flowing freely. We stay with the idea that all of the movements are light and gentle. We can bring that quality into our movements and into our lives. We can increase this quality even more. Left foot back. Half moon. Plank. Knees, chest and face down. and the cobra. And the downward dog. Left foot forward, coming up with a lightness. And the right foot forward. Come right the way up. And take the hands down. So the next movement we'll come to is the twisted triangle. And this is another one where we can bring quality of space and also of lightness into the movement itself. Take your feet so they're a really good wide distance apart, form an equilateral triangle. So the legs don't have the quality of lightness, they have the opposite, very strong stability to ground us. But the lightness comes into the arms. Let's take the arms wide out. We can feel that real sense of openness. So what we start with at the beginning, what we set in place at the beginning of the exercise is what we will bring in. Take the hands down again. What we set in place at the beginning is what we can increase, is what we can make more of as we progress. So that's why the starting thought is so important. Let's come into just a forward bend with this idea that we're going to bring a kind of expansion into this rib cage area here. As you open your arms, you can come outwards, really expanding your ribs forwards. Arms come up and back. Back up again. Let's take the arms up. Expansive openness. And take the hands down by your sides. And then let's do the twist in the vertical movement. Again with this idea that as we twist, our sides of the body and our whole rib cage is going to lift and expand. So we can do this together. I think you all know the movement. You take the arms up, and as you twist in one direction, you expand. Then come back down again. Relax the arms. Same thing on the other side. We can combine these two qualities of lightness and expansion together. Come over to the other side. And then back down again. Okay, so we're setting in place these qualities, expansion and also a sense of lightness. So we can bring these into the actual position, which I think you all know. So take the arms out to the sides. We can lift with the rib cage and come freely down, looking up. Keep breathing. Come back up again through that open space, gliding outwards, and then lift and come right the way down to the other side, looking up. And back up once again. Take the hands down. So I'd just like you to have a look one time, this idea that this is where the movement is led from. And this can keep that feeling of expansiveness. If we think to ourselves, we're setting in place an expansion and an opening of the rib cage. And we're gliding forwards from that region, keeping the arms as wide as possible. So we start with that expansion, we bring it in when you're ready. Lifting up with the rib cage, coming right the way around into the position, looking up at the top hand with the arms widely spread. Come back up again, wide out, keep the legs firm and solid. Lift with the rib cage, glide around to the other side. Keep breathing, streaming upwards. Come back up once again. One more time on each side. This expansiveness that we set in place, we take into the movement, and then we increase it even more. Come back up once again. Wide open expansion, lifting and right the way round to the other side. Breathing, streaming upwards. Come back up once again. And take the hands down. And close your legs. So we'll come to a movement which is less about expansion and more about centering the tree. Take your feet together so we can now, for the sake of contrast, experience something that is more opposite and more closed. Feel a good uprightness through your spine. Shoulders, neck and head relaxed. And take one foot either against your leg or up into your thigh, or if you can take it right up into your groin. So for this position, we're going to focus our attention on the heart center. And take the arms widely out to begin with. And then take them right in to meet at the heart. Breath flowing freely. Eyes focus gently downwards, not on any particular focus, but the attention remaining more at the heart center. Take the hands down and the foot down. Make sure you've still got a good uprightness. Feel your spine, shoulders relaxed. Breath is much more gentle now in this exercise. Take the other foot up. Take the arms widely out to begin with. And then we feel them coming together, meeting at the heart center. And we keep the awareness at the heart center. Being aware also of the gently flowing breath. Take the hands down and the foot down. So we'll finish off with the lying twist. So you'd like to lie on your mat. And take your left knee with your right hand. Bring it onto the ground on the right side. Let's come back to an awareness of this surrounding space and the idea that what is already out there can be brought into our own bodies. The space that is outside, we can work with that, we can do something more with it. We can allow it to come inside, into our lung space. Be aware of that ribcage area, and gradually you can let that upper body open and twist around more. Be aware of the breath, allow it to expand. And you can take hold of that other foot if you're able to with your left hand. Remain aware of the breath. Remain aware of the potential that the breath has for expansion. It's through our awareness that we can increase that potential more. breath has within it a potential for expansion. And with that, the body can also find a greater potential for expansion. You can let the twist come further. Straighten up again. And change over to the other side. So take hold of the right knee with the left hand, bring that knee down to the left side, and then become aware of the breath. Become aware of the space around you. Become aware of that potential for expansion. It's through that that gradually the twisting, the unfolding of the body, the opening out, can find its way. Be aware of how your ribs respond to your awareness of the expansion. And how also your whole body gradually responds and unfolds more. Then you can take the other foot, the left foot with the right hand if you're able to. Don't worry if you can't. Stay with the awareness. You have the space around. That space is full of air. That air has the potential to come fully into your lungs. The more we're aware, the more we allow that potential to unfold. And straighten up once again. Just hug your knees into your chest. And straighten out your legs into the lying position on your back. Just pause for a few moments to be aware of the breath. The breath starts from the surrounding space. The body makes itself receptive so that that breath can be received by the lungs in its full potential expansiveness. And you can come up to a sitting position when you're ready.